All right, all right. Hello, hello. We are back. Tired, but let's knock this out. Let me make sure you can hear me. Drop the number one in the chat. Drop the number one in the chat. All right, cool. All right, all right. Good to see everybody here. Good to see everybody here. Let me see if we have anybody brand new who just kind of joined us during the last 3 or 4 days since last Friday. I see Stephanie Moore here. Let's give Stephanie a shout out in the chat. She is one of our newer family members. So welcome, Stephanie. You caught us during a little holiday, and I was on a little family cruise. So welcome, welcome. All right, Carla, thanks for saying hi, Stephanie. All right, so listen, if you decided to trade today, you already know the drill. We've gone through this before. Holidays, even though the markets move and the US banks are closed, holidays are always very, very weird. Structure is sometimes not held. As you can see, what I noticed driving in, and I've had a few stops, right? Some markets had sell-offs for different reasons. It's a holiday, right? Just next time, take the holiday off. If you found yourself in the red, take the holiday off. Markets act very weird on holidays. I'm trying to think when I posted this. I think yesterday at some point, right? If you go back into time, I even said, somebody put something in the chat, and I was on the cruise ship with the internet, and I said, usually holidays on a Veterans Day, it's going to be a green day, okay? Especially for the US 30. So sure enough, green day. So just understand that holidays, markets act very weird. These type of movements can happen on holidays. Your best thing to do on bank holidays, especially US bank holidays, is just don't do anything at all, okay? Don't try to do something unless you have a plan, okay? Unless you have a plan for it, because markets act very weird. But anyways, let's run through some of these charts, all right? Again, I had a long drive, and even though we're spoiled here in Miami with ports, this cruise is out of Orlando, so definitely in there as well. Yeah, oil, NQ, and gold all did hit from last week, so that was good, right? But getting into new stuff today makes it a little bit trickier. So a lot of stuff did close out. You should have hit a lot of profits, but let's run through this real quick. Let's kind of see where we are now. All right, let's take a look at, let me get rid of this, be back in 3 minutes because I had to grab some water. All right, so the analysis today, I'm obviously not going to be doing another one tonight. All right, we'll do another one tomorrow morning. So if you get the links tonight and you're trading London, then use these same areas here. All right, I'm just going to mark up the 8-hour real quick, just because we're probably not going to see a lot of further price movement unless something happens in the markets. All right, so crude oil, I did see the drop, and we did close this last 8-hour below it. Okay, and I know sometimes we do get that impulse retracement. So there is a possibility for further continuation. It's only Monday. Okay, so there is a further possibility for continuation. So the best thing to do here is to look at this on the 4-hour and then mark this up here. Okay, and the question is, they're going to first come up to grab some liquidity here, right? And then possibly go down to the 66s, 65, or are they going to start to climb from this Fibonacci level here? Okay, so we are at the area that we usually look for. We have the lower gap that has now been closed. Okay, the only existing gap is this upper gap here. And again, there's no saying that they have to close it, but historically they do. Okay, so this is now still the only open gap, and we'll even see if at 6 o'clock they make the open gap. So all the lower gaps have been closed. Okay, all the lower gaps have been closed. Remember, folks, what we are going to experience even over the next 2 months, closing out the year and into early January, we have a presidential election. Okay, there's our big changes, as you can see through Bitcoin. Okay, hitting 85,000 today. There's a lot of markets that are going to be very volatile the next 2 or 3 months during this transitional period. I think the markets obviously have already factored in who they thought was going to be a stronger candidate for the elections for the United States. And I think that's why you've seen the markets boom from the moment the election night happened up to today. You've seen that. That being said, there needs to be some retracements in the market, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. Oil, again, no doubt that oil can definitely hover down in the mid 60s. I think that, I think any president, any party wants to try to keep oil down, okay, as far as gas prices goes. But now we shall see. Are they going to make eventually a run up to these 74, 75s before the year and then bring prices down, or what are they going to do? Either way, we trade here now where we are at. So I think this is a good area that you should be looking for the next possible bounce up. I gave you an entry earlier. Maybe some of you grab some pips, maybe not. I think we are going to see oil to come back up a little bit because there's still some unmet liquidity areas. It can definitely go lower, but for right now, we're going to play these zones. Okay, we're going to play these levels here. All right, so we had the flush. I'm going to put an alert here. If we drop down into the 67.5s, all right, then we look to buy down in this area because the gaps already have been closed. So we did have the impulse. Are they going to do a retracement and then back down? Possibly. If they do the retracement, it should be retracing to at least here. Okay, and this is why I said this would be a good area to start picking up some buy areas up in this down the lower level. Okay, so we'll see what happens there. For now, if you're in this buy or you took a buy, you're going to swing a buy, this would be an area that you have to consider possibly cashing out because of Fibonacci levels. Okay, so I'm just going to call that target 1. If you get your 20, great, but that will be like the longer term right now from where we are, 68 to 69.23. So you're talking about $100 or 100 cent difference, a whole dollar change up to that blue line. Okay, that's where I can see them going, so they can grab some liquidity in the meantime. You don't have to keep it that long, but just that's where I'm thinking they're going. All right. Okay, so that's crude oil. And if somebody can grab the links for me, that would be greatly appreciated. If you want to grab them yourself, you can just click on that link I just sent in the chat, and it'll open up a brand new browser for you. And then you can save that chart, because maybe some of these charts don't interest you. Just click on the ones that you like. Okay? Holy cow. Gold came down 61 today? Oh, yeah, I saw some folks were putting charts yesterday while I was on the cruise about buying certain levels. Hopefully you all got out. If you did, because man, okay, so I had this marked up. Okay, we did here. If you look at this drawing right here, okay, now we never looked at this after Thursday, but this drawing ended up having exactly. There it is right here. Okay, so we've been talking about for what? How long have you heard me say for the past month? I'm only a seller of gold. I'm only a seller of gold. I'm only a seller. Well, this happened perfectly. I mean, if I put this drawing right here, it almost happened. That was the exact same analysis we gave last week. I mean, perfect, right? So again, should have been looking only for sells on gold. I should have been only looking for sells on gold. Perfect level, perfect Fibonacci. So only looking for sells on gold. Now, that being said, we are here. Now, do we change our philosophy? Well, for right now, this area right here, okay, if they close below 2,600, okay, then gold is going to make a run to obviously to these lower levels right here. Okay, so right now we are at a support level. Okay, if they close below, they're heading for 26. They'll first stop at 25.85, and then they'll head down to 25.50. So this is going to be a very key level that you're going to have to watch. Okay, not a bad idea to pick up a small buy and see if this thing swings up to some liquidity zones up in here. That would be the first. That would be like kind of like the first profit line that you would want to target for liquidity, and it's also a level. Okay. Okay, and again, that's about 200 pips. All right, 22 to 46. That's 220 pips. So again, if they can rebound, it's a nice risk to reward. All right, it's a very nice risk to reward. So it would look something like this. Even if you picked it up now, Obviously, you want to try to go as high as you can, back up to where price came from on this dip. Okay, and then your stop loss would have to be below this level right here. Okay, to that level there. But because it's only Monday, many times on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, they flush out the most current low, and then that becomes the low of the week. So this is possible for a nice quick 20 pip buy going against the trend, maybe to start the new sessions after 6 o'clock. But long term, right? Just look at that daily candle. Right, look at that daily candle. So I'm just putting there for a possible scalp. That's where I would look to scalp it and try to get 20 points. And I'm going to put this here on a 1 hour level. Okay, so if price retraces back down into this level, okay, you could try to pick up a better price here, or you go in now because there is a lot of liquidity on this 1 hour candle. Okay, they might make a pit stop here first and then here, and then if they want to, they can crash it down. So this is the possibility. This comes up, retests, and then we drop further down. In the meantime, you can grab 20, 30 pips on the way up. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a, just so it's easier, 42, 22, 23, 24. Okay, I'm going to drop this line here from where it's at now. I know it looks close, but that's 30 pips. Okay, so that's 30 pips. This is longer term. Okay, and this is 30 pips. Okay, now we might make this W pattern. So again, if you're extra cautious, you wait to see if we can get a drop here after the market opens at 6, come down, and then you take that position back up. But you already have a game plan here to grab some pips. Appreciate that, Philip. All right, again, grab the links if you want a particular link, or somebody's going to grab them at the end. That'd be awesome. Okay, so we did oil, we did that. I'm going to do the JPYs last. Let's take a look at the indices. 290 points now. Now it's 4 o'clock. Again, after what happened last week, there are some major retracement areas. Let's take a look at the daily. Okay, price is going to have to come back and eat at least 50% of that candle between now and the end of the year. Now you're saying, oh, that's 2 months. Well, no, sooner than later, it's going to come here. All right, much sooner. But let's take a look at the daily. All right, so we have now a cap here on US 30. Give me a second. We left from here, and we have a level here, okay, which lines up. So as long as that was a nice psychological level, by the way. So now that I see that from today, because obviously I wasn't able to look at this too much while I was driving, beautiful psychological level at 44.5. Okay, nice psychological level at 44.5. Maybe one more push up into the same area, and then we're coming back down. So only looking for sells on the US 30. Okay, only looking for sells. The target, this will be the first target here. I'm going to actually drop down to the 1 hour. Let's see what we're doing in the 1 hour. Okay. All right. So if you're asking me from right now where price is at, I would shorten this here. I would put it above another 200 pips above if you want it that high, trying to take this down to the next major level. Okay. So I would look for I'm going to put a sell stop just because of that wick. Yeah, screw that right here, where it's at. Okay, right where it's at. Current price right now. All right, so this is live current price. Wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see some big red days over the course of the next 2 weeks to come down here and grab some lower liquidity these areas. Okay, back in here, which is that big candle that we showed you earlier. But for now, level to level. This should be the first pit stop. You don't have to keep it that long if you start getting queasy, okay? But that would be the first pit stop, and then we'll evaluate it from time to time. I'll put an alert here to let me know we're getting close. If you were to take entry right now, okay, let's say you took a small position and you took it to the blue line, that's 341 points. Okay, it needs a healthy retracement, in my opinion, of at least 600 to 700 points to then go higher to finish up the year. All right, you don't need to keep it 341. Take 20, take 40, take 60. Just kind of giving you a roadmap. Just kind of giving you a roadmap. All right, just kind of giving you a roadmap. Thanks, Philip. All right, let's take a look at. Let's go to. I'll do natural gas in a minute because I know there was. Okay, so this was my. This was on Friday. I put this out on Friday. I know that's why because I still have it here. All right, so we came up to the top here. I said we would hit that target on Friday, which we did not. We got close on Friday. When was this? That was Friday, the 8th. We came down here, right? They took 50% liquidity of this candle, and then they took price up, obviously, today. Now what we're seeing here is this. There's the impulsive candle right here. So we just saw that big red candle. So we see this again, right? That's what I'm anticipating. I'm anticipating blue line will officially be hit. We got very close today. We got within 40 points of the call out from Friday. So we're getting there, right? So again, I would continue to look for possible sells of the Nasdaq there. Okay, to give you one more push up to eventually come down. Again, they do have a lot of liquidity they need to account for, especially in that candle, this candle, and they're going to go and get full liquidity, I'm sure, of this candle, which will then hit the target line. So only looking for sells. Me, I'm only looking for sells. I'm only looking for sells. Okay, and then let's go take a look at the ES. Then we'll look at the Russell, and then we'll bomb it out. Okay, this was the chart. Whoa, this was the chart from last week. Well, I think we did pretty good on that sell stop. So those of you that took ES buys, holy ganozy, well done. I did not take ES because I was taking some other stuff. But if you took this buy, holy camozy, sell stop to where price is now still gave you 233 points on the S&P 500. But you know what? That doesn't matter anymore because we're here. Okay, so obviously the S&P continues to surprise people, right? It is doing phenomenal on my ETFs and my Roths, so keep on pumping. But for us day traders, it is going to give us a drop. It is going to give us a drop for us on the trading market. I think we're seeing that liquidity coming now. So I'm going to say, let's go ahead and target this for tomorrow, into tonight and into tomorrow. This will be the target. If you decide you want to sell, either you're going to wait for a pull-up. This is profit. And again, you can't take all of these because of your margins or whatever. Just take one. Okay, that'll be the first profit target on the ES. So we're talking about that's a good 40 points or so from where price is at now. Okay, so if you need a visual from right here, it would look something like this above the high. Maybe just squeak out one more 5 points and then try to take it here. Actually, you're going to try to take it all the way down. Right? All the way down. I'll give you a couple other profit levels. If that breaks, that's the next one. And if that breaks, that's the next one after that. You are smooth. So profit level, profit target number 1 is up there. Copy link. Okay. Let's see what our good friend, the hustle, is doing. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. All times. I love the all times. Okay, so the Russell obviously is still knocking out some highs. Okay, so let's set up for a sell stop on a short right below the wick. If you take it from up here, that's because you want to be extra conservative. I mean, you want to be extra aggressive. If not, if you want to be extra conservative, you're going to wait for the sell stop. And you are going to target there. and then you're going to target here, and I'm just going to put the green line for the liquidity zone. All this is liquidity over here, okay? All these are longer term liquidity targets, but that's a sell stop, and you would target one zone and target two zone. Okay, so this is not a get in now unless you are overly aggressive and you realize that price hits that zone or doesn't break it to the top side, or you're looking to swing this. This is the best pricing right now at 24.41. Right, you're getting better pricing. The sell stop is not till 24.16, so you give up a good 30 pips or so, 30 points. So, you know, if which I'm going to play this once the market closes and reopens. I have to log into my Thinkorswim. I haven't even looked at it since Thursday, but I'm going to be playing the Russell for sure. Okay, I'm definitely going to do. I'll probably start up with 4 to 5 micros, and if it goes up a little bit more, I'll add some more. Okay, so I'm going to swing this back down on futures. This for me is the futures because there's no fees. Yep, Andrew, I got you. I'm going to head over to the Forex side in just a minute. All right, give me a second. All right, let's take a look right here. Natural gas. I am still in natural gas, okay? I did take a small position yesterday with the gap. I'm only in position 1. Today I saw it was climbing up, so I'm like, well, let it keep climbing. Let's add another position here pretty soon. So let's take a look at natural gas. I saw the natural gas went up like 16% today, something about shortages in natural gas. So anyways, here's the gap, just so you can see it. Okay, the gap is still here. So there's the gap. Okay. If you have not yet taken a position, you're in a pretty good spot to do so. So we've kind of hit that level now a few times. Okay, so I'll probably be adding my second position here right after the market reopens at 6 o'clock. Let me see if they do a final dump and pump at 4:30 to 5. And then again, the spreads will go crazy. So I'm going to be taking this on Forex, not on futures. All right, so I'm going to add position number 2 when the market closes. And again, do that dollar cost average. What I usually would do now is I'll do a double of this size. So once this gets halfway, I'm already at positive. Okay, so if you go in for $1 here and you go in for $2 here, right? Once this gets halfway, the dollar's offset. You're in profit on the second dollar, and then you can actually close your trade in profit. You don't need to wait all the way for the gap. Okay, so there's a gap there. Play it accordingly if you trade this sucker. Yeah, CoinEx. Yeah, I'm taking this on CoinEx on my regular Forex broker. All right, so let's head over. We got a lot of charts. Let's kind of take a look at, again, today, the market is the holiday market, right? So take a look at the DXY. Let's go to the big time frame. Okay, so even on the US bank holiday, the dollar got super strong, and I think it has the possibility to continue getting strong because of the markets are going to respond to the president. All right, for a better economy. So if there's going to be a better economy, there's going to be a stronger dollar. Doesn't mean it's going to always keep going up, but for now, this dollar here is closing above this level, so it looks like the USD, at least temporarily, will obviously stay stronger because this just closed above. How much stronger? Well, this is going to be the next major resistant area up here. So as you're looking at your trades, kind of peek over the DXY, and that's the daily, by the way. Okay, okay, so it looks like the DXY has a gap right here. When was this chart? Tuesday? Yep. So the DXY does have a gap. You see right here? Okay, interesting. So that's good news for those of you that are going, yep, that is good news for those of you that are going to short the USD. Let's take a look at this. Okay, we did not go over the 100. So yeah, for right now, it looks like the USD is going to maybe start its trek down and get weaker. So that means, for example, odd USD. Okay, so we cashed out that last week. Now we look at odd USD. As long as you see that getting weaker, this is going to go up. All right, this is going to go up. So we draw our Fibonacci. Always peek at the DXY. Okay, but we are at a nice level here. Just gonna mark it right here now. Take off the fibs. Okay, we've now seen rejection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8-hour candles. Pop over to the 4-hour chart. Yeah, I would definitely be. This look like it's going to be a bullish candle here. It just cracked the level right here. We always talk about. It looks like it's just over the TP hut. I would be buying odd USD. Okay, I would be buying odd USD, especially if you can see the DXY. Oops, having to come down for that gap. And I would tell you that your first level, I'm going to be this wick. And your second level, possibly that wick. Okay. So that would be it. This can go, all the way back up. So this would probably look something, if you took it from here, you got to go back to where it came from. And I would go in smaller lot size. If you give yourself this room to breathe on these wicks, okay, you're going to do well. Because even if it dips down, you can buy again. So that's kind of like the long-term play on odd USD there. What are you looking for, Jamie? The Russell on CoinEx or natural gas? Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Okay, that was my bad. That's how tired I am. No, the Russell, I can only do on futures. I don't do it I don't do it on Forex. So yeah, it's on futures. There's no Russell on CoinEx. So you weren't driving yourself crazy. That's just me being so damn tired. I only slept like 4 hours last night and the drive. So yeah, Russell is only on futures, not on Forex. Okay, so if you're in this, go long on odd USD for now. Okay, which then leads us to Euro USD. Okay, probably looking at the exact same setup. We'll just bring this box down now. There's the level it hit. Okay, we had a nice swing low. They took out the lows. So again, this has the potential to head back up. And I would make the first profit that level. And then that level. Okay, peek over at the DXY. And again, I would kind of do a long from here all the way back up to that top and below this low, kind of something like that. Okay, that would be, again, if you can get 20 pips, get 20 pips, but I'm just giving you levels. Yeah, these 3 or 4 days is good. Anytime we spend time, it was good. It was good. A little getaway. The weather was good, so that was good. Yeah, a couple times it rained for like 15, 20 minutes out by the Bahamas, but overall, it was a good little getaway. Gotta get away, gotta get away. Okay, so that is Euro, that was that. Let's take a look real quick at the JPYs. I have no idea what these monsters are doing from last week. Other than that worked out very nicely. Okay, so now we go to here. Oh, my Dolphins play tonight. I'm so tired. I will not be able to stay for that whole game, but I'm not expecting too much in Los Angeles today, honestly. So we are there. We are there. So we just had a, who can guess this Fibonacci level? Boom. Liquidity there. Okay, so it looks like we're probably going to see, this is now, it looks like we're going to see first a little bit further drop into this liquidity for the JPY, and then just stay at these levels. And we talk about this all the time. Keep trading the levels until they tell you they break out. So for now, you're trading, you're selling down up there, and you're buying down here until they tell you otherwise. Okay. So is there any economic news tonight? No. Nope. Okay. So this for now, I could say you can probably get 20 points tonight from here. Okay, on a sell, let's see, 68, 58, 48. That's 20 right there. Let's just call it 47. Okay, that's 20 right there. Okay, on these here. They might come back and target this candle here, but 20 is almost a given. Okay, 20 is a given on a UJ, especially with the dollar getting weaker. The JPY is going to get stronger. So I'll give you a level there, and I'll give you another level there, and then I'll give you another level there. Okay. All right. I think that's good for now because most of you don't even trade London session, but you have an idea what to go into. And that way these charts are marked up for tomorrow morning as well. We can kind of go back and revisit them. Okay, we took care of that. 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 All right, cool. I think that is about it. Thanks again to Brad for throwing all the charts in there while I was gone and helping out. Remember, that's just one style of trading. Okay, just one style of trading, something to look at. Hey, Brad, there you are, man. We appreciate you all the time. All right. And remember, if any other member, first of all, I encourage all of you in closing. Thanks, Philip. Just jump them in the main chat, and then I'll copy and paste them in the trade alerts. All right, let's show Philip some love for grabbing the links. Remember, I encourage all members to share their charts because it doesn't mean you're going to be right all the time, right? It doesn't mean you're going to, I saw some charts, like I said, earlier while driving or into yesterday about possibly buying gold at a certain, again, doesn't mean people are going to be right. You decide if you want to take that or not, but you get to learn and you get to see levels if they're doing them right. So as always, share your charts, and that way you can learn. This is a learning community as well. Like I saw some folks saying, and again, kudos to Alex, who's watched the videos and he marks up the daily, the weekly. Those levels work. Support and resistance is 80% of all this, right? So once you mark up your charts at those higher levels, you really don't have to change them every week, right? Until they're violated. So you have a playing area. So mark up your charts and share the links or share the screenshot in the main chat so other people can look at it. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do a analysis tomorrow morning. Okay, at 9 a.m. We'll do an analysis tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I am catching a flight tomorrow afternoon. I'm flying up to North Florida. I am speaking at a conference Thursday, but I still plan to do an analysis tomorrow morning, of course, give you feedback. And then what's tomorrow? Tuesday, Wednesday morning as well. Okay, and then Thursday morning, it'll probably be a little bit earlier. Wednesday and Thursday, I'll wake up earlier from the hotel and probably do like a 7 a.m. analysis. I am going to be looking at some stuff on Wednesday up in that area for properties. And then Thursday, I'm speaking at a conference. And then I'm back Friday. Friday morning, same thing. For those of you that trade, I'll do an analysis on Friday morning. And then I'll be traveling back Friday afternoon. But again, I don't trade Fridays, but I'll give you value Friday morning. So not much will change other than maybe doing a couple of earlier analysis. If you have questions, dump them in the chat. And then after this week is over, we're really going to get into we're celebrating our first year of the club here. I've got some unique opportunities for all of you here, but that'll wait until next week when all this travel is done for me. And then we'll definitely, you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. You're going to have a tremendous opportunity to grow with us here for the long term. Okay. That being said, any final questions before I log off for the night? And okay, cool. Pat, you're welcome. Greta, you're welcome. Andrew, you're welcome. You're welcome. Remember, folks, you've got a presidential election year. Markets are going to be wonky, right, in this transition period. Do not over lot size, Okay, do not over lot size. It doesn't matter who it was, but I thought I read somebody say earlier something about they may have given up their gains from last week. That tells me that you're over trading and you're over lot sizing. If you're losing your gains, right, unless your gains are like $5 and you went, if you're losing your gains, you are risking too much. This is not a time to try to risk too much. This is a time to understand that the market's going to have a lot of volatility, and either you play with the volatility or you don't. So there's an opportunity where you tell yourself, before I hit buy or sell, kind of tell yourself this. The moment I hit buy or sell, it's going to go in the opposite direction for 200 points. You're probably going to change the lot size to something smaller. Trust me when I tell you. Okay, so if you're on full contracts, this is an awesome opportunity to trade micros. I trade micros all the time. You make more, I believe you make more money with micros because you can stack micros as well. So it's knowing your account. It's knowing that there's going to be a lot of volatility in the markets. Okay, and so when you get in off good support and resistance, or get it off the trade alert, right? But understand that there's going to be volatility in the markets for the next few months. Okay, and that's fine. We love volatility, but understand that you also won't be able to take every trade. Sometimes you have to say no. Sometimes say that's not for me. If you normally don't trade that and you see a trade alert come out or somebody post something, don't take it. Right? If you've never traded it, if you don't know how it works, if you don't know what fees, don't trade it. Stick to your bread and butter. Stick to what you feel comfortable for. And as we go through the end of the year and we start learning more about maybe switching some of you over to currency, a mix and match, you're going to find your sweet spot. And many here, right, have had their first winning months, winning weeks when they got focused and they followed the advice. So stick to it. There's a game plan. If you just joined us, again, welcome. This is going to be a super nice journey for you, but it's not going to happen in a couple days or a couple weeks. Okay, you can lose an account in a day, but it takes a lot longer to build something. Just like building a home, right? Something, you can have an explosion and a whole building can collapse in 10 seconds. But how long does it take to rebuild that building, right? Ironically enough, it's Veterans Day today, so to all of our veterans in our group, I know we have a few. Thank you for your service, including, where's Claudemir? I don't know if he's here live, but if you served, drop the number 6 in the chat. If there's anybody here live who has served, not only in the United States, but even in your country. If you served in your military, drop a number 6 in the chat because we want to thank you. Claudemir, I know, served, and he served. Yavor, so let's give Yavor some love. He has served in his country. We appreciate your service. Thank you to all the veterans. Claudemir, who is not here live, lives out in the Tampa, Florida area, served our country. Thank you for your service, Claudemir, and hopefully you'll watch the replay. So we thank you because all of you who have served, the reason why we're here is because of you. All right, so thank you for your service. That truly means super. I gotta tell you, the ship Utopia did an amazing show yesterday at 4:30 on the promenade for veterans. It was absolutely amazing to see, with the huge American flag and the music and taps. And they brought forward military veterans. We had Vietnam veterans were on the cruise. They were honored. So it was awesome to see that and be a part of that. So thank you to all of our veterans, anyone who has served, EMT, special responders, first responders. We appreciate everything that you do. Our nurses, our doctors. Andrew is one of our nurses. Again, it takes nurses, doctors to take care of the wounded, okay, whether at war or not. So we thank you as well for your service as well. All right, markets are about to close. Chill out. If I see anything like crazy at the 6 o'clock market open, I'll let you know. But I do expect to be in bed just after the Dolphins game, probably watch a quarter. I'll still in the knockout. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. The event was already created. So if you want a reminder, RSVP to the event so you can get the notification reminder tomorrow morning. And then we'll have a great rest of the week. And we'll just rinse and repeat going into next week. All right, we'll see you soon. Thank you again to Philip for grabbing those. I'll put the recording when it comes back.